Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the channel, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to the community. Today, we have something incredibly exciting planned for you, so make yourself comfortable, grab a snack, and enjoy the experience. We're going to explore the story of Queen Makeda, the Lioness of Ethiopia, and believe me, you'll want to stay till the end. As always, if you enjoy engaging stories and fresh content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss what's coming up next. Now, sit back, unwind, and let's get started.
In the sun-drenched highlands of ancient Ethiopia, a prosperous kingdom called Sheba thrived. It was a region renowned for its stunning landscapes, featuring expansive savannas, lush forests, and fertile lowlands nourished by the mighty Blue Nile. This realm, famed for its luxurious culture and abundant riches, was governed by none other than Queen Makeda, a woman whose legacy would resonate throughout history. Makeda's rise to power. Makeda's journey to the throne was a blend of fate and resilience. Born into the royal lineage, she was the sole offspring of a sagacious king and a formidable queen. From an early age, Makeda displayed remarkable intelligence and an innate gift for leadership. Under her mother's mentorship, she was trained in diplomacy, military tactics, and the ancient customs of her people. Her father made certain she studied the sacred Gizi texts, learning about their deities, cosmology, and legal systems. When her father fell unexpectedly in battle, leaving no male successor, the kingdom's elders deliberated whether a woman could govern such an expansive and influential realm. Makeda dispelled all uncertainty. She donned her royal armor emblazoned with a lion, leading the military to a conclusive victory against the marauders who had claimed her father's life. This courageous act garnered her the allegiance of the people and cemented her role as queen. Sheba's cultural legacy. Makeda's Ethiopia was a lively mosaic of customs. The palace in Aksum, the capital, was an architectural wonder, embellished with detailed carvings that illustrated scenes from everyday life, mythology, and nature. The air resonated with music, as lyres and drums accompanied songs that honored the land and its sovereign. Markets were alive with traders from far-flung lands, Arabs, Egyptians, and even Indians, who ventured to exchange for Sheba's treasured goods, gold, incense, and ivory. The inhabitants of Sheba prioritized community above all else. They congregated in grand halls for banquets, where elders shared stories that preserved their heritage. These narratives were often accompanied by the enticing aroma of Berbera spice blends, roasted coffee beans, an Ethiopian creation, and the lively stamping of traditional dances. The spiritual life of the people centered around temples dedicated to the god Ashta and other celestial beings, where priests interpreted celestial movements to guide the nation. Makeda's quest for wisdom. Queen Makeda was not satisfied to reign merely as a guardian of her forebears' heritage. She sought enlightenment beyond her kingdom's borders. Legends of King Solomon, a ruler in far-off Jerusalem celebrated for his unmatched wisdom, reached her court. Captivated, Makeda resolved to embark on the arduous journey to meet him, a choice that would define her fate and that of her people. Her caravan was legendary, a procession of hundreds of camels burdened with gold, spices, and precious gems. Warriors with polished bronze shields accompanied the queen, along with her advisors and scribes to document every aspect of the expedition. She donned garments crafted from Ethiopian silk, dyed in vibrant shades of crimson and emerald, and wore a crown adorned with jewels that sparkled like the stars. The voyage to Jerusalem was lengthy and fraught with danger, leading the queen and her retinue across deserts and rugged mountain trails. Throughout her journey, Makeda encountered other rulers and tribes, forging alliances and exchanging insights. Her charisma and eloquence left a deep impression wherever she traveled. Life along the journey. Queen Makeda frequently paused her caravan at various villages to rest. It was at these moments that she expressed her deep affection for her people. She sat among the locals, absorbing their narratives and sharing meals with them. Her advisors took note of the songs and customs of these remote communities, ensuring their preservation for future generations. The queen's nights were spent beneath the expansive African sky, where she would observe the stars, reflecting on the divine mysteries they symbolized. The priests who accompanied her offered insights into celestial navigation and astrology, teachings that would later shape the construction of Ethiopia's ancient stele and other monuments. Makeda's expedition was not just a physical journey, but also one of spiritual and intellectual enlightenment. Each step brought her closer to a greater understanding of the world and of herself. Her meeting with Solomon was soon to unfold, a legendary encounter that would intertwine the destinies of Ethiopia and Israel for eternity.
The arrival in Jerusalem. After enduring months of travel through relentless deserts, lush valleys, and historic trade routes, Queen Makeda and her caravan finally neared the majestic gates of Jerusalem. The city, perched atop its hills, sparkled in the sunlight, its towering walls and golden domes symbolizing prosperity and grandeur. Trumpets announced her arrival, and the streets became alive with people eager to catch a glimpse of the legendary queen from the faraway land of Sheba. King Solomon himself awaited her at the palace entrance, draped in robes of white and gold, with a crown representing divine wisdom and royal power. When Makeda stepped down from her chariot, dressed in her finest garments, the two monarchs met each other's gaze, a convergence of equals. She bowed her head in respect, and he extended his hand, welcoming her into his kingdom. A banquet of cultures. Solomon arranged an extravagant banquet in honor of Makeda. The halls of his palace sparkled with luxury, walls adorned with ivory and gold, and tables filled with exquisite foods. However, it was not the opulence that captivated Makeda. It was the vibrant intellectual atmosphere. Philosophers, scribes, and musicians mingled, fostering an environment rich in enlightenment and culture. During the feast, Solomon and Makeda engaged in a playful exchange of riddles, a customary test of intellect and wisdom. The queen's inquiries reflected the philosophy and theology of her homeland, while Solomon replied with insights from his own cultural heritage. Their dialogue enthralled the court, leaving even the most learned scholars in amazement. As the night wore on, Makeda recounted tales of Ethiopia, its breathtaking landscapes, the resilience of its people, and the spiritual significance of the Blue Nile. In return, Solomon shared stories of his ancestors, the construction of the temple, and the teachings of his God Yahweh. The mutual esteem between the two sovereigns deepened with each conversation. The gift of knowledge. Over the ensuing days, Solomon introduced Makeda to the nuances of his kingdom. She visited the Temple of Solomon, awestruck by its majesty and the Ark of the Covenant it housed. The high priests elaborated on the laws and commandments of their faith, igniting profound discussions between Makeda and Solomon regarding morality, justice, and divinity. Makeda, in response, shared Ethiopia's sacred texts, including hymns and songs in Guizi, the ancient tongue of her people. She elucidated Ethiopia's deep-rooted connection to nature and the way its laws harmonized with reverence for the land and its creatures. One evening, as they strolled through the royal gardens, Solomon presented Makeda with a ring, a symbol of friendship and recognition of her unmatched wisdom. Makeda, moved by this token, pledged that her kingdom would eternally honor the knowledge she had acquired. The test of wisdom. Before her departure, Solomon designed a challenge for the queen to assess her unparalleled intellect. He guided her to a room filled with identical flowers, half of which were real, while the others were artificial, and invited her to discern which were alive. Smiling, Makeda requested the release of a single bee into the chamber. Guided by its instincts, the bee chose to land only on the genuine blossoms. Solomon commended her cleverness, proclaiming that her wisdom was on par with any ruler throughout history. The challenge served as more than just a game. It represented their mutual belief in the significance of observation, reasoning, and harmony with the natural world. Makeda's departure. When the moment arrived for Makeda to head back to Sheba, Solomon gifted her a token, a piece of the divine wisdom contained within the Ark of the Covenant. It was rumored to be a scroll bearing the 10 Commandments, meant to guide her people toward righteousness. Makeda left Jerusalem carrying more than just material riches. She bore knowledge that would ultimately transform Ethiopia. Her journey back was filled with contemplation, her mind buzzing with strategies for implementing what she had learned. The return to Sheba. The return trip to Sheba was characterized by introspection and vision. As Queen Makeda and her caravan navigated the expansive deserts and lush landscapes, she reflected on the wisdom imparted by Solomon. Each lesson, every word, and every tale became seeds she aimed to cultivate in her homeland. Upon her arrival, the citizens of Sheba greeted her with exuberance. The sight of their cherished queen leading a caravan loaded with treasures and scrolls filled them with awe. Yet the most significant gift Makeda brought to her people was intangible: a vision of unity, morality, and advancement. A reformed kingdom, Makeda initiated a series of comprehensive reforms to elevate Sheba to new heights. Motivated by Solomon's teachings, she established laws that prioritized justice, equity, and compassion. Courts were set up throughout the kingdom to guarantee that even the most impoverished subjects had access to justice. She founded schools where children could learn about astronomy, philosophy, and agriculture, merging Ethiopian heritage with the wisdom she had gained. The Guizi script, already in use, thrived as she commissioned scribes to document both Ethiopian oral histories and the teachings from Jerusalem. Temples were constructed to respect Ethiopia's deities, now enriched with an ethical spirituality that promoted reverence for both the divine and the earth. The emergence of a heritage. According to legend, there was a profound bond between Makeda and Solomon. Before leaving Jerusalem, their mutual admiration evolved into a deeper connection, resulting in the birth of a son, Menelik I. Upon reaching adulthood, Menelik learned of his noble heritage from Makeda and the significance it held. She dispatched him to Jerusalem to meet his father, entrusted with the promise of Ethiopia to honor and uphold the knowledge and values from both cultures. Menelik returned accompanied by a group of priests and scholars, and he brought back the Ark of the Covenant. As per Ethiopian tradition, it was this ark, located in the city of Aksum, that formed the foundation of the nation's spiritual essence. Through Menelik, Makeda's lineage initiated the Solomonic Dynasty, which governed Ethiopia for centuries and linked its heritage back to this legendary queen.
A realm of enlightenment. During Makeda's rule, Sheba became a shining example of cultural advancement and creativity. The region flourished as trade routes grew, connecting Ethiopia to the Arabian Peninsula, Egypt, and other lands. Her dedication to education and spiritual growth led to a society that harmonized material prosperity with ethical values. Makeda's palace in Aksum emerged as a symbol of this prosperous era. Its walls were embellished with murals portraying her journey, the encounter with Solomon, and the victories of her people. Festivals paid tribute to her legacy, featuring traditional dances, songs, and rituals that celebrated her insight and bravery. A sovereign remembered. In her later years, Queen Makeda stepped back from her royal duties, dedicating her time to reflection and prayer. She frequently visited the temple she had constructed, gazing at the stars and pondering her life's voyage. On the day she passed away, the nation mourned profoundly but honored her life as a precious gift to Ethiopia and the world. Makeda's name became timeless, her narrative conveyed through generations in songs, poetry, and sacred writings. Even today, Ethiopians revere her as the mother of their country and a representation of wisdom, courage, and unity. The heritage persists. The tale of Makeda does not conclude with her passing. Her foresight shaped Ethiopia's character as a nation of strength, creativity, and belief. The Ark of the Covenant remains integral to Ethiopian Christianity, safeguarded in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, symbolizing her lasting impact. Makeda's story exemplifies the influence of wisdom, unity, and vision. Her legacy continues to thrive in Ethiopia's diverse culture, spiritual history, and the nation's enduring pride grounded in the equilibrium of tradition.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, please remember to hit the like button as it really supports the channel. Also, if you're new or haven't already, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.